What do a surgeon, a dentist, and a trendsetter all have in common? They all used to share one office, known best as your local barbershop. Behind the scissors, barbers have been shaping more than hair for thousands of years, from performing surgeries in the Middle Ages to perfecting the modern fade. Their craft has always required skill, precision, and a little flair. Today, I'm going to take you through the journey of the barber, from their rich history to what it takes to get licensed today, and how old school barbers compare to the modern pros. By the end, you'll never look at the barbershop the same. According to the Milady Standard Textbook, January 2025, barbering dates back all the way to the Ice Ages. During this time, early barbers relied on shaving tools made from stone, oyster shells, and bones. In fact, shaving predates writing itself. In ancient Egyptian sculptures and records show that barbers shaved priests completely before temple ceremonies, setting a very high and very smooth standard of purity. Between 500 and 300 BC in Greece, well-groomed beards became a symbol of social status. Around this period, barbershops also emerged as social gathering places where people met to discuss sports and politics. Moving into the Middle Ages, barbering expanded far beyond grooming. Barbers began practicing forms of medicine, including surgeries, dentistry, and bloodletting, which involved making an incision into a vein to release blood believed to carry illness out of the body. Procedures such as amputations, tooth extractions, and bloodletting were very common. Milady Standard Barbering explains that this practice led to the creation of the iconic barber pole. The red stripes represent blood-stained bandages, the white stripes symbolize clean bandages, blue stripes represent the veins, and the brass bowl at the bottom reflects the vessel used to collect blood from bloodletting. Barbers were known as barber surgeons until 1745, when the two professions officially separated. According to the Associated Barbers College History of Barbering, May 3rd, 2025, the 19th century marked a shift back towards grooming, with barbershops becoming a male-centered social hub and even incorporating barbershop quartets, adding a musical element to the space. We now use Spotify. Today, barbering etiquette has evolved significantly, with a strong emphasis on professionalism, cleanliness, and customer satisfaction. As the industry grows, barber apprenticeships and training programs continue to be an essential part of the industry, ensuring that the next generation of barbers is skilled in the art of grooming. Now that we know where the barber began, let's discuss what it takes to become a professionally licensed barber in today's standards. In California, a barber must complete rigorous schooling and obtain a state-issued license in order to legally cut hair in a barbershop. According to the California State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology Act and Regulations, October 1st, 2025, barbers are required to complete 1,000 hours of practical and technical instruction. However, these 1,000 hours are not spent entirely on learning how to cut hair, because that'd be too easy. In fact, hands-on hair cutting and shaving make up only about 400 hours of this training. The remaining 600 hours focus on subjects that may not immediately seem essential to the barbering. These topics include health and safety, sanitation and disinfection, chemical hair services, and skincare services. In the health and safety portion, barbers learn how to handle hazardous substances, understand health and safety laws and regulations, and prevent communicable diseases, which is a comforting thing to know when somebody is standing inches from your face with a blade. For sanitation and disinfection, barbers are trained in the proper procedures for cleaning their tools, workstations, and themselves before and after performing any services. Chemical hair services teach barbers how to safely apply, mix, and dispose of chemicals such as hair dye, perm solutions, dye removers, and bleach. Skincare services typically include facials, waxing, and massage. Within this topic, barbers learn the muscles of the face and neck and how certain nerves respond during a service, right down to the erector pili muscles that contract and give you goosebumps. Proper massage techniques are also emphasized, as performing a massage incorrectly, especially on clients with certain health conditions like high blood pressure, can potentially cause serious harm, including a stroke. At the end of the day, barbers aren't just cutting hair. They're making sure every service follows strict cleanliness, health, and chemical safety rules, so you leave looking good and unharmed. Now that we understand what it takes to be a licensed barber today, let's look at how the modern barber's experience compares to traditional, old-school barbering. In recent years, the barbering industry has continued to expand, reflecting the growth of modern barbershops across the United States. According to Barbershops in the U.S. Market Research Report, November 2025, there are approximately 142,000 barbershop businesses currently operating nationwide. Traditional barbershops centered on basic services like haircuts and straight razor shaves, while modern barbershops aim to make them feel more like an experience and less like a chore. The way barbers build clientele has also shifted over time. Old school barbers relied largely on word of mouth, local reputation, and long-standing relationships within their communities. In contrast, modern barbers frequently use social media to promote their work, showcase styles, and attract new clients. According to the interview, July 2024, barber Hayden Cassidy explains this shift, stating, "I think social media has made it all about the likes and viral videos. We're losing part of what the core of barbering is, and that is very much the connection between you and your client. It's more about the service than it is about the hype." Cassidy's comments describe how even in a digital era, many modern barbers aim to preserve the personal connection that defined traditional barbering. This blend of old and new is further reflected in industry publications. According to the Modern Barber magazine, January 2024, an increasing number of men are spending more time and money on self-care, contributing to the rise of barbershops that emphasize relaxation and experience. As a result, many modern shops incorporate elements such as facials, massagers, and spa-like environments. Together, these sources illustrate how contemporary barbering combines traditional values of service and connection with modern expectations of self-care and experience. The journey of the barber is long and continually evolving. First, we trace the history of barbering from ancient rituals to the barber surgeons of the Middle Ages, a reminder that barbers used to handle more than just split ends. Then we looked at what it takes to become a licensed barber today, highlighting the hundreds of hours of training beyond haircuts, including everything from sanitation to chemistry, and even the tiny muscles that give you goosebumps. Finally, we compare modern barbers to their old school counterparts, showing how shops have adapted while still holding on to tradition. Tools, techniques, and environments may change, but the foundation remains: skill, service, and connection, proving barbers have always been about more than just hair. But let's be honest, a fresh cut never hurts.